Alright, welcome beautiful people of the internet. It was requested to do an updated Vulcan build. I actually kind of forgot about doing that since after doing that Vulcan Road to Rank 10 series. If you haven't seen that series, you can check that out on my channel. But let's go ahead and start with the items itself. First, Shoes of Magi. Now, with Vulcan builds, you kind of want to go with a decent amount of penetration. The reason being is that penetration goes over to your turret as well. If you don't believe me, you can hit K and look right there. This inherits Vulcan's penetration but does not apply on hit effects. If you don't know what on hit effects means, that pretty much means if you have Gem of Isolation on you, your turret will not apply Gem of Isolation on others. That would be cool, but that would be overpowered as well. So I'm kind of glad that's not a thing. So having a decent amount of penetration in your build in general is good for Vulcan. Let's continue. Chronos Pendant. Reason why Chronos Pendant, it's really good to have some type of cooldown reduction on Vulcan, especially if you're a aggressive Vulcan or a aggressive mage player. That's what I am. I play really aggressive with my mages, so I want to use my abilities a lot more often. But just in Vulcan's kit alone, if you don't have cooldown reduction, you're going to have to deal with some long cooldowns, so it's really up to you how much cooldown reduction you want on that. Next, Obsidian Shard, a lot of power, more penetration. Next, reason why I get Rod to Hootie early is because it's followed up by Soul Reaver, which is also expensive. If you can get these two finished early on, then you're pretty much good to go as far as damage. Now, Rod to Hootie and Soul Reaver, it's an incredible amount of damage. As soon as you purchase those items, you finish it, boom, huge spike in damage. It's going to put you ahead of other mages. And the reason for Soul Reaver, having that Soul Reaver passive is basically having like another ultimate, as far as, you know, throwing your meatball, your 3, hitting somebody, does its base damage, then Soul Reaver, it's basically another ulti. It's just like another one of your 4s, you know, or even your 1. Now your 1, your little backfire thing, it doesn't do too much damage early on, but when you get more to like mid to late game, it starts doing a decent amount of damage. It's all in if you can aim it though. And another quick tip, if you don't know about Vulcan already, make sure to use your 1 on somebody, and then it marks them. If you ever wonder what that little orange circle is, it marks them, so your turret will focus them through anybody, and it will, I think it does additional damage as well. Yeah, 10% more damage, so make sure to do that combo, 1, then 2. And then finally, the Dynasty Plate Helmet. Since this item came out, how many patches ago that was, I've been liking it on Vulcan. It's what I've been using in the series later on. You get power, physical protection, and more penetration. All about that penetration with this guy. Now, let's say if you want to be a little bit more bruiser, you may be new to Vulcan, and you may be having a hard time surviving as Vulcan, because that is true. Vulcan has no escapes except, you know, that little butt scoot thing and whatever, and dropping a meatball on your enemy for them to, you know, fly away. So what I would do sometimes if I want to go a little bit more bruiser, if you're fighting against a lot of bursty gods, is I would sell a Chronos Pendant and then pick up a Warlock Sash. Boom, Warlock Sash. Vulcan does pretty decent minion clears, so you should be able to fill this up somewhat quick. So picked it up as like your second item or something, like pretty early, because it is 100 stacks, you want to finish that. And then if you want to go even more HP, you could sell a Dynasty Helmet, and then go under health, and then pick up Ethereal Staff. Now, the combination of having Warlock Sash filled up to 100 and Ethereal Staff, you will still have all your power back. You're going to have a lot of power, as you can see, without any stacks. You sit at 599 magical power and then 2700 HP. So that's something if you want to go a little bit more bruisery on that. But for in the time being, let's go ahead and take that off. Take that off. Get Chronos Pendant, and then go with our little green cap. Upgrade to that. So let's go ahead and go to the robot and test out some damage. So this build alone, without any stack items, you're going to have 563 magical power and 1800 HP. But Soul Reaver is the main thing here. So let's throw a meatball at Raw's face. Boom, took out half his HP. Drop 2, 1, dead. So it's a really great combo to do that. Oh, I missed. Wow, that turret, as you can see, penetration on that turret is the key to damage. Now, of course, I'm a little rusty, missed my meatballs, but let's put them right there. Wow, look at that thing go. That was a beautiful sight to see. Now, finally, ultimate. About right there. Oh, I miss these days of throwing the meatballs and everything. So, yeah, that wraps it up for my favorite bald guy besides Mr. Clean, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.